This is quick tip number 9, different pastel types. So I have 2 different types of pastel types here. I have this set which comes in a container. Usually there's 12 in one container. And these are a little bit softer pastels and they're a little bit more cheaper than these. So I'm going to go over these first. You can get these in almost every single shade. The problem is with this one is that usually it comes with a rainbow set, so you get all the blues and the greens, which aren't naturally a horse color. But the shades for the earth tones, which are usually down here, like the golds and the browns, is very nice shade. And I really like it. But this usually costs about $12. I get it at my local art store. I don't remember the name. It's like some crafters or something like that. I don't have the lid for this anymore. But usually these are the cheaper pastels. They're like $12. They work relatively well, but the problem with these is that if you do make a mistake, they're a little bit harder to pull up. And they're just, you know, a little bit harder to work with than if you go to a more expensive brand. So, these here are done by Primera. I think that's how you say it. It's basic. They do all different sorts of medias, pens, markers, you name it. These are a little bit harder pastels. They're a little bit longer and they're more expensive than these. These usually cost about almost $2. One of these will last me for one traditional horse for maybe I would say I could get probably maybe 2 or 3 traditional horses, maybe, depending on the color, out of one stick. But if I'm doing like a bay or something, then this whole stick will be used for one model. So these are a little bit harder to use. They do have a very nice texture. They're a little bit more very soft feel to them. They are a little bit harder in texture. But if you know how to use them correctly, they give a very nice look to the model, even more realistic than these do. And these come in a variety of colors. You don't have to buy the package like this makes you do. This, you can just pick them out individually and then put them in your little set and take them home. These you can crack in half, put them in like a blender and smash them up and all that, so they become very fine dosed. And then, I mean, I really like these ones. But some drawbacks with these is that if you're not used to doing pastel work, I do not recommend you buying these first thing. They are expensive, and if you're just beginning out, get something cheap like this to work with for a while and then go to this just to get a little bit more feel, because these are cheap, $12 compared to a $2 and something cents for each one of these, not including tax. So you're going to spend $30 or more for a nice set of these. These are $12, so always start out with something cheap. Once you get the hang of it, then move up to something more costly and has better feel to it and so forth, just so you can feel the differences. And, you know, always test them out first on a piece of paper, shed some out, test some on a piece of paper, see what you like and so forth.